This is Maple. But yeah, she's gone way bigger. You've got my favorite animal here. This is Raven. You guys know her. I have several plants. I have like 6 or 7 plants or 8 plants. I'm gonna eventually put in a door. Her belly, I feel like, has stretched out a lot. I have 8 quail, and I found out that I have 2 males. Come here. Oh, oh my God. Oh. I want to do like a shed to tiny home conversion. I can't believe this happened again. I sprained my lower back. God. Oh. It almost hurts sitting down more than like standing up and moving around. This has happened to me 3 times now this year. Happened 2 other times. So like in January it happened, and then in March it happened. And I would be out of commission for about 2 to 3 weeks or so. Like I am completely immobilized almost. Like I can still like stand up, move around and do stuff, but I'm just in constant pain because of my lower back. This entire year, I have been trying my best to focus on my health, and it's been such a challenge when stuff like this happens. Like it just puts me out of commission, and then it puts me in a different sort of mindset. You know, I'm bummed out and I'm in pain and I don't want to do anything. And then I end up just bed rotting every day, you know, and not doing anything, and it sucks. Like I don't want this video to be like a rant, full complaint video, because there's a lot of good things that's like happening, you know. I'm doing a lot of good things. I don't really feel like I've accomplished a ton this year, to be honest, but I want to look at the bright side and see like, hey, I am doing things and I'm trying my best to do better every day. Like just sitting here though, I am in like a constant pain. Like it feels like a 3 out of 10 as far as the pain scale goes. But like this morning, like it hit like an 11 because I wasn't expecting this pain, because I knew that it was coming, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. And the way that it happened really sucks because like I'm exercising again. Like I started lifting weights and I started walking more and even jogging a little bit. I've been walking Raven more even. And yesterday when I was picking up one of the weights, I just didn't pick it up right, you know, and then it just pulls like something in my lower back, and then it hurt. But it wasn't as bad yesterday. And then today, when I woke up, I was in so much pain. I like it sucks so much because like I had to go to the bathroom so bad. Like I had to pee, and I could hardly even get up out of bed. Like I had to figure out how I was going to get out of bed, because I had to roll over and I tried to get up and stuff, and it was just so much pain. And then when I finally get up on my feet, I could barely even walk. I had to like hunch over and then kind of like wobble myself over to the toilet, and it just sucks. And then getting back up, like right now, getting back up really sucks. So after sitting a while, you know, it's, oh, see, if I move wrong, it hurts. Okay. Okay, see, that wasn't as bad. But usually, like it takes me a while. See, if I lay down on like a pillow on my back, it'll kind of relieve the pressure and I'll feel fine. And so like now that I'm standing up, I can move around and I can do stuff, but the problem is I'm limited with my movement. I can't like really reach down because it's gonna hurt. I have to like go like this. Oh, see, I can get down. I can reach a little bit, but if I do too much, it's going to like pinch a nerve or whatever is happening. I don't really know exactly what's happening, but yeah, it sucks. But I know that like if I put pressure on the muscles on my back, on my lower back, it kind of relieves the pressure and it feels better. Oh, yeah. Oh God. So like today I had so much stuff planned to do, and tomorrow I have like a family gathering that I should go to, but I kind of don't want to go anymore because of this pain, and it'll just suck. But I'm gonna make the best of it. I'll give you guys an update on what's going on around the shed and what I'm up to at the moment, and what my plans are for the future, because right now I feel like I'm just stuck. I feel like a lot of us feel stuck, I guess, maybe even. But for me, I feel like I've been stuck for a while. That's what I feel like, and especially in my health. Like I want to improve my health, but it's been such a challenge. And so maybe this video is sort of me kind of calling for some help or some support, or maybe it is just me trying to get some accountability structures going. Like I just want to talk about it, you know, just talk about how I'm struggling with my health. I've got so many things that I want to like fix, and I feel like a lot of it can be fixed by just simply exercising more and just eating better. And I think a lot of us just needs to do that also. And so, yeah, that's basically it. Like that's what I need to do to improve my lifestyle and overall life right now, is to just exercise more and to eat better. Because I eat like crap. I eat like crap. And then I hardly even exercise. Like I do a lot of outdoor activities, but I hardly like actually like exercise. And so always sitting around, and so yeah, this is maybe like the final wake up call, you know. I don't want something horrible to happen and for me to then wake up, right? I want something smaller that I can manage, you know, like something like this. This will go away in like 2-3 weeks, and I can manage it. But yeah, it's been tough. But yeah, enough of this rant. Let me show you and kind of update you on what's been going on around the shed. So let's start with the biggest piece of news, I guess. This is Maple. I've had Maple for about 2 weeks now. Yeah, I've had Maple for about 2 weeks now. She has gotten bigger since I got her. Oh God, I can't get up. Oh yeah. But she just finished eating a moment ago, and so she's kind of exhausted. I usually get this tub of water filled up, and she usually either like drinks the water or pees or poops in it. She usually just does her sort of bathroom business in this corner here. And then she also does it in that corner. And then these containers here usually has water, but she usually just flips them. But yeah, she has gotten a lot bigger since I got her. She also might be a little hot too, so I'm just gonna sort of spray some water on her. Just cold water. So I use the mist function like this. So here she is. Yeah, see, she's getting in the water now. Let's fill up the water here. I don't usually spray her with the shower because she doesn't like it. So I use the mist function, and she likes it a lot more. But yeah, she's drinking the water now and kind of clearing her nose, I think. But yeah, raising a pig has been quite interesting. I've enjoyed it. But having a connection with a pig, an animal like this, is kind of challenging, to think that like I am going to be butchering her and slaughtering her in a couple of weeks. I think it's like the 15th right now. Yeah, so it's about 2 weeks now. And yeah, she's a pretty intelligent animal, and she has her own personality and everything, and almost feels like a dog. It's really strange. But yeah, she's gone way bigger. Oh god, my back is killing me. Yeah. Okay, so I'll leave her alone now. Let me show you the rest of the stuff. You've got my favorite animal here. This is Raven. You guys know her. Yeah. So Raven has been doing really well. She actually just recovered from a GI tract issue again. Like, this happens very, very often. She always runs into these problems. She actually ate a, what was it? An oxygen absorber like a week ago, and I wasn't aware. You know, she ate an oxygen absorber. It's one of those that has iron oxide in it, and so it's really scary and bad. And so there was one day where she, there was one day where she just didn't want to eat any food, and so I still got her to eat food, and then a few days later she kept puking. She couldn't hold anything down, and so that was a cause for concern, and so kept an eye on her. And then maybe a few days later, noticed in her stools was the oxygen absorber, and after she passed that, everything was fine again. But this happened like 3 years ago, and I actually brought her to the emergency vet at night or something, and I spent like $4.5 grand on the visit, which was ridiculous. But this time I was able to handle it, and she's doing fine now. All right, well, this right here is the garden. I have kind of neglected it somewhat, especially like the third piece right here, or like the third row. So I have this row, as you kind of can see, and then over here, this is a second row, and then there is a third row right here, and then I have some fencing right here. I live next to like a really big open field, and that field is like park property. And so right here, I have all of my cucumbers, and they've been stunted. Because what I ended up doing was I threw down like compost, and then I put topsoil over it, and that's all I did. I didn't mix it or do anything. And so I think what ended up happening was the roots like contacted where the compost was, and the compost was just too rich, you know. I don't know what the terms are, but in Vietnamese it's considered as like burning. Like, I burnt the plants and stunted it. And so yeah, I ended up stunting the growth of the cucumbers, and so it was really bad. And cucumbers apparently are not good with transplanting, and so yeah, I had these for 3-4 months now, and this is how big they are. They're tiny, and all the flowers are really low to the ground, and they haven't like vined out yet. Some of them kind of have, but I don't know. I have basil that's growing here. Yeah. So I have basil growing here. Some basil. I have several plants. I have like 6 or 7 plants, or 8 plants, I think. There's 4 here, and then I think there's 4 kind of further back there. And then I have tomatoes. These right here. Yeah, my back. Oh, fuck. Gosh. This is so challenging. So yeah, tomatoes right there. So this is one tomato plant, and then I have some tomatoes here, here, and here. But the problem is I didn't cut like the smaller plants, so there's literally 3 plants growing, or 4 of them growing right next to each other. So I need to actually prune them and cut away like the weaker or smaller ones. Same with these here. Like, this is 2 tomato plants, and I should cut away this one right here. Oh, yeah. this row right here is supposed to be a bunch of peppers. So it was supposed to be like different types of hot peppers, but they were stunted too because I planted them wrong. And peppers in general grow really slowly anyways, and so stunting them and then them growing slowly just made it worse. And so they're finally though getting to look a little bit better. So yeah, they look a lot better now, but it took them forever to get to this point. It was ridiculous, but I don't even know if I'll produce any peppers anymore. I was trying to grow Thai chili pepper. There's also lemon drop peppers and Dundee cut, some random ones. I don't even know anymore, but yeah, I am not expecting much from this pepper patch. I have a lot of broadleaf plantain that is growing all over the place right here because this is the only thing that will grow on this really dry soil. It gets really dry here and no grass will ever grow on here and stay alive. And so what I ended up doing was I grabbed a bunch of these seeds from like a nearby dog park, and then I just spread it everywhere. In the past 2 years, this patch here has grown a lot, and you can see that there's some patches that don't have anything, and it's just bad soil and nothing will grow. But you can see like it's growing everywhere here, and normally none of this will have any grass at all. And you'll see over here I have a bunch of lamb's quarters also. This is probably one of my favorite wild edible like foraging plants, like literally growing everywhere here. All of this green that you're seeing, all of this, that's all lamb's quarters. And then you'll see like this really big plant here, this really tall plant right here. This is about 6, maybe 7 feet now. This is called sunchoke. This is also called Jerusalem artichoke. This is sort of like a sunflower. So eventually, I don't know how higher it'll grow, but apparently it grows pretty tall. And then it'll grow like this yellow flower. It's gonna be really, really cool. The cool thing about it is I believe the leaves are edible. I did eat some of the leaves once, but they're very sandpapery. Yeah, they're very, very sandpapery. People grow these to eat, actually. They grow these tubers underground, and they're similar to potatoes, but not really. And people also like joke around and say that they're called fartichokes because there's a chemical compound in the tubers that make you very gassy. So you fart a lot. But there are ways to counteract it. But yeah, this fall I'm going to be harvesting all of the Jerusalem artichokes or the sunchokes. So it's going to be really, really cool. I'm going to have my sister help me also. We're just going to pretty much pull them up or just dig them up. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I might keep them and then transplant them. I want to transplant them around here so that way I can have sort of like this fence of sunchokes as sort of like a privacy screen. And I want to grow this more around the shed too as a privacy screen. It'll be really cool. Oh, but you'll notice over here I have these onions. These onions right here are called Egyptian walking onions. And so what ends up happening, yeah. So what ends up happening, oh yeah, God, my back is killing me, is they grow like this, and then at the top here, you'll see like there's this sort of this bud or something, and this is sort of like a seed head or something, kind of. But basically, this will wilt eventually and break, and then it'll hit the ground, and then this will start growing a new sort of sprout. And that's why they're called Egyptian walking onions, because they kind of walk. They fall down like that, you know, and then they'll grow from this. Yeah. And I currently have them growing in like these fabric containers. I have one here. So like you see, it comes up and it grows out from there. Look at Raven. She found a stick she wants to play with. So over here, I have another container right here. you can hardly see it, but yeah, it's another container here with a bunch of onions here also. And then actually in through here where the fencing is, right below the sunchokes, I actually have this Korean white radish that's growing also, but it's hard to kind of get to and show you. Actually, I have it growing right here, and I think this one here is grown like incorrectly. So like it looks like this. It should be a lot fatter, but it's sticking out of the ground right now. I might be able to pull it and eat it, but who knows, we'll see. I'm gonna let it keep growing. Otherwise, I have these two containers here growing zucchini, but they got stunted also. All right, Raven wants to play, but I don't know where the stick is. Get your stick, Raven, get your toy, go. Okay, drop it. Come here. Come here. I don't want to bend down. Oh God. Oh, that's not working. Okay. Come here, Raven. Okay. All right. Trying to get back up now. Okay, there you go. I'll just let her munch on the stick for now. That'll distract her enough. All right, Maple's still hanging out right here. So I have this bucket of water. It's filled with a bunch of like weeds and plants and stuff that I'm not using. So I just dump it in here and then I mix it around in the water. I'm letting it sort of like get stinky. And then I'm going to filter it all out eventually. And then I'm going to use the liquid to water my plants and stuff. And yeah, it's going to be highly nutritious liquid that's going to stink. Here is a really cool plant. This is called electric daisy, also buzz buttons. It has other names too, like toothache plant or something like that. These leaves, if you take them and you chew them, they will numb your mouth and tongue and everything. Same with the flowers. The flowers are a lot more potent, and they will go crazy numb, and then you'll get this really crazy like lemony tingly sensation in your mouth, and it's crazy insane. I have yet to do this again. I did it once when I first purchased it from Minnesota Forager, I think, or Ironwood Foraging. Yeah, and so it's really cool. I'm gonna actually like cut these heads off, these flowers, because they've seeded already, I think. Like these are good. And so I'm gonna process all of this and plant them too myself. So let's talk about the quail for a moment. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get in here. My back is killing me and Maple is kind of in the way here. Go, Maple, up, up, up. There you go. Okay, there you go, I'm good. I just don't want her to leave. All right, so the quail. I have 8 quail, and I found out that I have 2 males. And so, yeah, I have been pretty lazy, and I haven't really done a whole ton with the quails. I've kept all of the eggs in here for a while now, and I want to see if they're capable of hatching these themselves. But yeah, they're doing fine. As long as I keep 1 male in here, they're fine. They do fine. This Maple, she's trying to eat my toes. Every time I come in here, she tries to eat my toes. See? Now we are going to talk about this area. So I have my shelving and stuff that was once in the shed taken out. These had tons of mice poop all over it and they were bad. I was going to throw them away, but I've since washed them. I think they're okay now. I've set up a bunch of bricks right here, and then I have my table and cutting board. And I have a bunch of containers here and stuff. There was a container right here that was filled with like water and like a rotting deer hide that I finally cleaned out, and I'm incredibly proud of myself for doing it, and I got it cleaned up. I also had another container on the other side of the shed that was filled with rice, and then it got fermented and it started to smell like alcohol, and I have since gotten rid of that also. I'll show you the other side later. But over here, I've cleared up a lot of the space. Over here, I've cleared up. I can actually walk back here now. Cleared up the back here. This is the back of the shed, and I have a back door, you know, to the shed. This is the shed extension that I built, and so this is the back door where all the mice and squirrels were coming in through, and it was because I didn't have it blocked off, but I have it blocked off now. I'm gonna clean up all of this stuff too eventually, and I'm doing it piece by piece, you know, every day, just a little bit. This container here, I just finally just remembered after cleaning all this up. This container has a bunch of chicken poop and wood shavings and stuff in it, and a bunch of liquid, and it stinks. And I need to figure out a way to get rid of it, like I have been doing with all the other containers of smelly stuff. And so that's not going to be a problem. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to be clearing up like a bunch of stuff. I'm going to be cutting down this tree because it's dead, and then I'm going to eventually put up like a privacy screen right here, so that way my neighbors aren't able to sort of like see me go in and out through here, and it'll just give me more privacy. But yeah, that is that side. Let's go over to this side. So here's this side. I have containers set up here. That's a large container. I want to get rid of the stuff inside of there and clean it out. This big container here has the deer carcasses that I got over the fall, and they were in bags, and I was going to do stuff with them, but I ended up not, and so they're rotting in there. Last month it smelled really bad. This month it's not smelling anymore. All the maggots and stuff that were growing and swimming around in there has died. I've since opened it up and checked it, and so like, yeah, everything is not active there anymore, and so I just need to figure out a way to get rid of this. And then other stuff here, I have my chicken coop right here, and so yeah, I'm going to be cleaning out all of this stuff here in the back of the shed too. And remember that door that I have in the back of the shed? So this spot right here, I'm gonna eventually put in a door, and so that way I'll be able to enter this side of the shed with the door like this. So it'll be a lot more convenient. But I actually really like this area, and I might be able to turn this area into like a pig pen in the future. And so I just need to fence it off and then put hay down or something, and then actually raise a pig on this side of the shed and keep it outdoors. And then I'll put up more privacy, like screens or filters or something, you know, so that way I can keep this area contained a little bit more. Okay, so I took a good like 2-3 hour break because my back was just killing me, and it was just exhausting. Standing up like this and kind of holding everything together kind of sucks. And so I took a nap. I spent some time editing this video even, and it's like late in the afternoon now. And I have Maple's food right here, and I'm actually going to bring it out here. I want to bring her out here and just let her kind of roam around a little bit. It's a little risky, but right now she's hungry and she's food motivated, so it's easier to kind of maneuver her around. So yeah, let's get started. See, you can hear her whining and crying for the food. Oh, there you go. Come here, Maple. Oh. There you go. I was thinking of possibly doing a photo shoot with her even, and like just taking photos of her outside like this. But man, she has gone big. Her belly, I feel like, has stretched out a lot and is able to hold a lot more food. She's gone big. That's crazy. But I was able to actually get her to go around and forage all of this stuff right here. Like this is lamb's quarters, all of this in front. And I was able to pick this up and let her kind of forage around. So let's see if she'll do that. Oh no, she's eating the GoPro. She saw me leave, so I think, yeah, let me see here. Let me pick up her food. Oh, God. There, and now she's gonna forage around. Oh, no, Maple, over here, over here. There you go. See? Yeah, there you go. I'm not sure the camera is catching it. Let me see. Oh, I have her food, so she's following me around. It's so crazy to have like a freaking pig running around. She can run really fast too if I let her. Come here. Oh, oh my God. Maple. Oh God. See, the risky thing is this right here. All right, over here. Here. There you go. In order to fatten up a pig, they have to pretty much live a life where they're eating and then they just sleep and poop, and that's it. Typically, you wouldn't want them to run around and play too much, you know? But I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. Like, I am trying to fatten her up, but at the same time, I'm trying to give her her best life. But I am concerned, you know, because like the fencing that I have up here isn't strong enough to hold a pig. Like she can like burst through it easily. And same with over here, like there's no closed off spot where like I can contain her. This area is somewhat contained, but if she really wanted to, she can tear through any of this stuff right here and kind of run away if she really wanted to. She's eating right next to all the lamb's quarters here, and then this right here is my what was it, those flowers that I showed you earlier. It's the electric daisy. If she like grabs a hold of that and eats it, it's gonna numb her mouth. Yeah, she's gone big. I'm gonna see once like my back is better, I'm gonna see if I can pick her up and like step on a scale and then kind of measure my weight. And then from there, I'll step on the scale by myself, and then I'll just take the difference, and I'll know how much she weighs. I found out you can probably like measure a pig too. You just measure like around like this, and then you measure their length, and then you can kind of do some math and be able to figure it out also. But it's not as accurate. But I'm pretty positive she was around like 20, maybe 25 pounds when I first got her. So it'd be really cool to see her heavier than that. I'm going to remove this tag on her ear eventually. I have a tag remover, and I'm going to actually remove that in like a week or something. Oh. There's like mosquitoes out here. Oh God, my back. Gotta be honest though, she's a really pretty pig, you know? She's a really pretty looking pig. I selected this one because of that. All right, I'm gonna try to get her back into the shed. All right, Maple, come on. Oh yeah. She's like stepping in her food. Yeah. All right, come here. Maple, hey, hey, hey. Come here. Oh. 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 There you go. There you go. You can keep eating now. So today was actually meant to be a day where I was going to clean out the shed, actually. Because since the start, what I ended up doing was whenever she pooped, I just grabbed it and I tossed it in a doggy bag or something. But then that was just too much work to do every day, and I just didn't want to do that. Plus, it didn't stink a whole ton because she did it all in one corner, and then I would see her actually move like the new like grass and stuff and like cover it. That's really, really smart. That's amazing. And so I ended up doing it too myself once in a while if she didn't do it. And so for 2 weeks now, she's just been pooping in here, and I haven't really done anything really. All I've done was just take some of the new hay that I have in the corner, and then I would just toss it over the poop. And I think the poop would just dry out or something. She would pee and stuff in the grass also. But I've noticed that it's squishy when you walk in there now, but not because of the poop, but because of the water. Because what she does is she overflows the water container, the big one, and then she also, she actually even flips the water containers that I have in there. And so like there's a layer at the bottom that's just soaking wet with water for the most part. And I want to get rid of everything because what's happening now, I think, is it's like, I'm not sure if it's considered as fermenting, but it's like processing somehow with microbes and stuff, and it's getting hot and it's getting warm. There's like this thermal sort of reaction because of the things that are going on right now. I don't think it's fermenting. It might be fermenting. It's probably something else though. But basically, yeah, today's plan was to clean this out and put in new hay and stuff like that. I was supposed to like put her in the cage again, and then just kind of contain her and then clear everything out. That was the plan today. But yeah, my back is just killing me, so I can't do that anymore. I might try to do it, but who knows, we'll see. But I'm trying to think of anything else that I missed, if I missed anything. A lot of people have been wanting me to eat some of the quails. I'm just kind of busy with like her right now, and so I am not doing anything with the quails right now. I'm just keeping them alive essentially. And like I said earlier in the video, I want to see if they will be able to hatch their own eggs. And at the moment, it doesn't seem like they could, because they're not really like the hens aren't really broody or whatever. They're not like aggressive towards anyone that come near their eggs. And so, yeah, I don't know. I think it might be a space issue. If they had more space, maybe they will become broody, but who knows. But right now, I mean, they're healthy, they're happy, they're doing all right. But yeah, for the most part, once I get like maple processed and like butchered and everything like that, I'm going to be saving a lot, like almost all of her. The only thing that I might not be keeping is the gallbladder, but I hear that you can even keep the gallbladder and use it as an ingredient because it's bitter or something like that. And a lot of Thai and Lao people use the gallbladder, but I haven't acquired that taste of bitterness in other types of foods. Like I like eating bitter foods, but it has to be like inherently bitter. I don't like adding bitterness to something, you know? And so it's a acquired taste, but I mean, I literally am going to be keeping every single piece of this pig. And so, and I'm going to film it and show people like what you can use with every piece also. It's not going to be the traditional American sort of pieces that people are familiar with. It's going to be more like my way, I guess. So it's going to be cool. I'm going to try to make prosciutto. I might try to make bacon. We'll see if that works. I don't know if she has enough fat on her to really make bacon. Yeah. But yeah, right now, I can't think of anything else that I want to share. I know that like I want to get all that stuff in the back of the shed cleared up so that way I can put in my door. Once I put in my door, it'll be real smooth. I'll be able to like go in and out, and then I'll be able to remove all the stuff from the other side of the shed and clean things up, clear things up again, you know. And then once I'm done with my project with maple, I can then finally complete everything and clean up and then be able to utilize the shed again as like my home or something. That's what I plan on doing. I want to do like a shed to tiny home conversion. That's what I want to do. But I want to spend some time doing like a road trip or something also with Raven. Like I want to go up north and just drive, you know, and just drive around, find some cool campsites, do some fishing, do some survival content, you know, and camping content. It'd be a lot of fun. That's been something that's been on my mind for a long time now, and I keep postponing it because I'm doing other stuff. And so I want to prioritize more time spent with my dog, Raven, and then be able to just make videos and stuff like that, you know. And so yeah, that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is just an update video. There's a lot more to come. I have like a intro video of me picking up maple, but I still have to piece everything together and edit that. So I'm gonna get this video up first. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Check out some of my merch on my Spreadshop, and I will see you guys next time.